Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Hawkeye trade session. Today is Wednesday, December 16th. We're going to be going to about 9:30 this morning. Right now, there is an alert with the U.S. yen. It looks like it just bounced off of the bottom of the wedge. You can take a look at that while we're going through our disclaimers. Entering the foreign exchange on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before deciding to invest in foreign exchange, you should carefully consider your investment objective, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with the foreign exchange trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. This is a live trading room. Is the this so well, let me start again. This is a live trading room. It is for educational purposes only. No financial advice or recommendation will be provided. Any trade taken during the live session is not a recommendation or a suggestion that you should also do the same. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Do not trade money that you cannot afford to lose. And before trading live, always operate with a written trade plan that identifies the rules for entries, exits, targets, and risk management. And now we have that out of the way. Let's go to the charts. And we will find the Euro US or US yen is what it is. We had an alert at 7:30. It was an ascending wedge. So on the 15-minute chart, I just noticed basically what I looked at. I saw where you could see it had a high, a low, a higher low, and then had the wedge alert. As we spread this thing out, basically I decided to use this as a channel. It's an upward channel. We had a nice move down. It looks like it's coming down to a bottom. It's very fib line. And I'm looking for the bounce off of this lower area. If it doesn't bounce off of it and goes, I did enter this trade on the bounce. If I'm wrong, I will have a short stop, a very tight stop. And so I'm going to use a 10 pip stop, and I'm going to look for a 7 pip target. And we're going to see where those where they lie. And the target's going to be pretty much right up in the middle. I'm going to run this up a little bit higher to the other side of the wedge. And I'm going to put my stop right down here at the bottom of this A area on the off this zone that we have right here. I'm just leave it right about there. So right now I've got a 6 pip stop, 11 pip, 12 pip target, and we'll see what happens. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. If I'm right over this, where this thing's going to be bouncing, we have the RSIs are down relatively low as we're getting the crossover on the 15-minute, and we probably already have the crossover on the we have the crossover of the on the 15, and our RCS tool is about 6 on the 5 spread, which is they're right even with each other, so there's no real diversion there. And we're looking at the basically I'm looking at a nice little drop. So we'll see now if we have the bounce. Now we're going to see if it's going to retest the zone here on the 1 minute. We'll go over here to the 5-minute chart. And we'll see what happens. Right now, we do have a nice little drop. It is basing here, so it's very possible this thing could break to the downside. We do have some downward pressure. It is here at the extremes. And as we're looking to see if, let me change this over to the 75 on this. 75 and 25. Keep making these changes, but they don't stay for some reason. And we have it is down here at the extreme. We had an extreme here. And you can see where the trend is starting to get a little bit more pressure to the upside. And here's our W. And if the third leg of the W may take it on up to the higher level. As far as a downward target, if we look at it for a downward target, trying to find out where that may be, we'll have to go to the higher time frame. And we'll come over here to a 1-hour chart and see if we can find something. There's nothing here. And go to 3-hour chart, nothing. 4-hour chart, nothing. Wow.
Oh, there's nothing anywhere, is there, Al?
Here we go. There's one right here. Here we got a little bit. So we're really right down at the very bottom of this. The last time this area was tested was back in November, beginning of November. And so you're looking at this is a pretty much of a demand area. And right now it's bouncing off of that. So right now, to me, it has a lot more room to the upside. It's going to probably get a bounce. There's a strong move. If you look at this candle, this blue candle here, this is a strong move out of this area. This is on a daily chart. This is a 1 day move, and this must have been. I'm guessing this
His
was probably
election, I bet.
some sort of. Oh, that's November. This is right after the election,
Yeah.
November
Okay.
9th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's when they were still trying to decide who was going to win the election. They're still trying to decide who's going to win that election. So anyway, here's the wicks, and let's pull back on our 15-minute chart, and we're going to see that this is. Oops, just this. Didn't go up quite that high. Here we go. Let's get this back down here. We are getting the hook here on the 15-minute.
I've done that a lot.
Yeah. Let's see if we can expand this out a little bit. And we're gonna, and so right now we're looking like it's starting to materialize here for our trade. So this is this is way back in November, the beginning of November. So this is about about almost 2 months back, or a month and a half back. Anyway, they're getting a nice little bounce off this area. Once it was, if it can pop back, you can see where it came back into it, bounced back up, came back into it to retest. Then we have a little bit of a higher low, and we'll see if it pops out of here. It may keep on going up to retest the fib line. We'll put some fib lines on here. So we'll put our moving averages on, see where the moving averages are. Here's our 15-minute 62. Here's our 30-minute 62. And we see it came down, came up, tested it right. You can see this little wick right here, right on the 15-minute fib line. So that's got some validity to it. And we'll look and see where the next fib line down below is on the 15-minute chart. And
so, are you in this trade yet, or Al?
I did get in. I got in just before we opened up the session here.
Okay.
I'm liking taking these extremes rather than trying to take a breakout, try to take a bounce. So that just seems to be working out a lot better and overall. And like I said, if we seem to be getting more bounces, or i.e. head fakes, where it breaks out. And so, I mean, if it so right now I'm profitable. I can always move my stop up to, if it comes back and retests the bottom of the wedge. If nothing else, I'll tighten up my stop a little bit. But if that was a valid bounce and it keeps on going to retest the other side, I'll be in the trade with very little risk on this. Let's see where I'm looking for my blue fib line. And it looks like it's going to be right here, pretty much right at the bottom where this this trend line is, where this box is. Let's see if I can find my 15-minute. That's 15-minute there. Here's a red. There's a red one. There's a red 15, which means the blue should be somewhere in between. Red 15, red 15. There we go. There's that one. And we're looking for the blue. The blue one's right here, right at the bounces where this blue 15 is. And I said these 15-minute lines I find them to be very valuable. And that's why you should try and at least get the 15s on. Then I can put the 5 and 2 minutes in between to see where the inside ranges are. Let's see what blue 15 right here. Gonna lock this. And so now I can put my 5-minute fibs on. And you can see this would be probably the one target. Here's where the red, here's the red, here's the green 15. Let's see, where would it go? There's one up here. So
right above your
yeah, this is the green 15. So here's the red, 5-minute red. Here's the 5-minute green right here, which is right where this thing is where it is right now as we speak. It's just hard to see it with that. Let me make this a little bit clearer here. Turn that off. But this box range is right at the higher time frame. You can tell if we drew the box right here at this and just happened to fall right on this 15, you know this is a point all the way back in November where this thing was starting to come back into this zone. We may not get a lot out of it because it's still in this little demand zone. So it may test more. It may go a little bit deeper inside of it, but we'll just wait and see what happens. But anyway, here's our trade right now. We drew our box. We drew our trend line. Came in. Have my 2-minute zone that we're looking at for it to break, and it didn't really enter. It closed in there on the 15. But as we go into our 5-minute chart, we'll see that we'll see what it did in the 5-minute. We had a 5-minute candle close just barely. Came back right out, back into the wedge. And it really didn't, if you look at where the C is, where the level of the C is, it never really got down below that. So I feel pretty good about this overall. And right now it's in a channel, and we're looking to go from one side to the channel to the other side, come back and just retest until it finally breaks out of the channel. Any other questions, comments? We have a US CAD at 8 o'clock. We can maybe take a look at that in the meantime. I'm going to go ahead and put a alert on this wedge. Actually, I'll put alert on this trend line. Here's what I'm going to do. So that way, if it that way we can keep an eye on that when we go to the other chart. And it's a US CAD ascending at 8 o'clock. So let's see where the US CAD is. The CAD and the US are right here. They're both pretty weak on the 3-hour chart. The US is stronger than the CAD on the 30-minute. The US is stronger than the CAD on the 15. So we're going to be looking, just by looking at this, we're going to be trading probably to the strength of the US dollar. Get this one out of the way. And I'll come over here, find the US CAD. And we're going to get on the 15-minute chart. Take all of our tools off, make it big. Find 8 o'clock. And it was a ascending wedge. So we have, we're looking like it's trailing to the higher highs and higher lows. So I'm going to draw my wedge, starting with this low to this high to this low, tuck it in, bring it up to there. Here's our wedge alert, breakout here. Right now it's testing it broke out, now it's testing the top of the wedge. We are trading to the strength of the dollar. Dollar is the first currency of the pair. And we may be able to have a little trade here. We'll see if as we go to the other time frames and see what we have. Let's go to a 5-minute on this one. 1 minute, 15.
Yeah, I like this one long, Al.
Does it look like it's going to work?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go to auto, since someone told me about that one day.
Yeah.
Let's
pretty
see
cool,
where. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's swoop this down and let's see. Let's go and see where our fib lines are. Let's go with the 15. Find out where the 15s are. Here's our 15-minute there. Here's a 15-minute right here. 2-minute blue. And we're pretty much right at a 5-minute here, I think. There's a 5-minute red. It's just bounced. We had a pass check, came back into the wedge. Looks like it wasn't quite ready to break out yet. spread this out a little bit. Let's move this, tweak this over here to the high candle. And right back into the wedge. Again, here's another case where it looks like it was breaking out. Now it's coming right back into the wedge again. It's going to looks like it's going to come in to retest the bottom here. And we're looking at our RCS tool. We have the strength of the dollar, strength by 2. Again, this is looking like it's a pullback a little bit.
It does. It's actually a really nice pullback. It might actually be the entry. If it comes down and tags the bottom of your trend line, your wedge.
Yep, right in this area here.
Yeah, that would be like you see the moving average crosses. You see everything kind of going in your favor.
And this would be the entry to go long at the bottom of the wedge with a very small stop. All of our RSIs are pointing down on the 5. So there's some downward pressure on that. We want to wait till they start hooking back. At least try and get a hook back on the 1 minute. They're all the way down in the extreme here on the 1 minute. We're into the 75% zone of the 75% pullback, coming back down, retesting this. And we have a pivot low here with a nice strong move out. We have a pivot low here, a nice strong move out. These are all
as long as that candle doesn't slice through the bottom there, I think would be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to take this and I'm going to draw a 2.2 pip spread. It's a 27.49, bringing this down to 47. Here's our zone to sell or zone and go long, depending on which way. If it breaks through the bottom of this, we may want to be going short. If it can't break and close inside of this, then we may want to be wait and see what it does.
Excuse me, Al, Matt. Ava's in cyberspace. She needs to.
Oh, she is.
Yes.
Oh,
let's. I'll go save her. I'll go save her.
Yeah, go save Ava.
Ava.
Let's see. So I'm going to draw a box here. I'll use the A and the C area for my range. I'm going to take this right underneath the bodies of these candles. If we get a close inside here, I like to see it close in here, come back up, retest the wedge with, and then hook back down to maybe take it short. But if it comes back in this box and bounces right back up, and we look at maybe taking a long. Right now we have from a moving average standpoint, we have all of our moving averages are moving in the upper direction on the 15. We have green, yellow, purple on the 5. That's in the right direction. And we have green, yellow, white. We have the cross of the white and the yellow. So they're a little bit out of, this is showing the pullback. But now what I'd like to see this thing come down, test this, and then have a hook back, get the green and the yellow moving in the upper direction, and then try and take it long to see if we can catch it on the other side.
From the chart here, how did you guys, what made you think that it was a pullback rather than going out the other wedge, the other side?
For one, the RCS on the 15 is still stronger to the dollar. Okay. That's the one thing. The other thing is we're seeing that all these are pulling. Now this thing could break out the bottom. This was at the extreme on this area. In all honesty, if it does go short, then we missed the opportunity up here when it came back up and came back. This was a fake out up in here. Let's draw the that range on this 15 on this 5 minute here. If we draw like we did this red line here for the breakout to the bottom. The thing I don't like about the breakout to the bottom, you've got this 15 minute, this 5 minute 62 sitting right here, and that's going to be probably a bounce point. So I think it looks like this could be a fake out to the top, fake out to the bottom. It could just be range bound. We do have a little bit of a, let's see. Well, we have here's a high. Here's a. Let's see. Where's the overnight high and low here? Let me get that set up.
So I was just checking some things out. Okay. Yeah, this is a bounce. This is gonna bounce, and I'm pretty confident that it's gonna keep on going up.
We are showing strength of the U.S. dollar on the Japanese yen, so the dollar is showing some strength right now. Right now, the dollar is of all the pairs, the dollar's is in the sixth position of 7. So that means the sixth. There's only one other pair that's stronger. I'm not sure which one that is. I have to take a look at that. But with the dollar being the stronger,
Could be pound.
with the yen, with the pound. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't check, but
so
pound has been really strong.
So I'm more inclined to see this thing bounce.
Janard just wanted you guys to know that there's a 10 o'clock. There's a red folder on this pair.
You know what?
Fun.
Thank you. I remember seeing that there was a lot of news today on, say, is the 16th at 10 o'clock. He says, huh? Oh yeah, a lot of folders here on the U.S. 9:45. We have some red folders, and it's 9:45. And this afternoon, be careful. This afternoon, there's some economic news coming out. Thank you for that information, Janard. Appreciate that. I remember looking at that the other day and said, I can remember on Wednesday we have some red folder situations coming in today. Today's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. A lot of times you're going to get a lot of reversals today. I'm going to make this, see, from here we have 25.54. Let me make that 54.56. Let's double check that here. 27.54, so 54 to 56 right there. That's better.
I was saying to myself, where's he going?
Yeah. It's near the end of the year. I'm getting a little bit slow here. It's enter to buy zone. So here's where we had the breakout, but this was, like I said, actually I was kind of curious to see if we had 5 pips out of this from here to here. Not quite. Well, yeah, we had 8 pips out here. So you could, if you're really early on the break, but if you're looking for a 5-minute candle close, you never really got it. And if you waited till the second candle close, all it did was just eat your lunch.
Yeah, eating your lunch is not good.
You got smoked.
So, but right now it's coming right down into the overshoot. It's overshooting here on 5-minute chart. We still have some strength to the downside on the 5-minute. Let's take a look and see what's doing on the 1 minute. We're getting a break here. It's still right into our box here. I like with this strong move down. I want to see a retracement before I would want to get in to go short. We're not in this thing long yet, and we're debating whether or not we want to go short with it. Let's see. This is the U.S. CAD.
I am still convinced that this is the pullback.
Well, we'll soon find out.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
US CAD. Let me see what it looks like on another chart here. I think we're going to, what I see this, Matt, I think this may have been the top up there, but we still need to see a pullback up here before we take it short. I think it may end up being ultimately it may end up being a short.
Okay.
But we need to get a pullback up the wedge. If the wedge can hold on the pullback, we can go with a short on this one. And here would be the target. The target would be the 30-minute 62. Let's see if there's enough room there. If it comes up to the wedge, 30-minute 62, that's you got 20 pips to the downside on that. Here's a drop. Here's a basing.
Now we do
have a blue fib line right there. That's a, let's see, what size is that one? That's should be 5-minute green, which is 2-minute blue. This thing could go down snake.
Let's see.
This one could go either way.
I think it certainly could. It's I like this opposing views. It just means we see things a little bit differently. So we'll see what happens, because it could go right down and tag the 62 like you said, and then fly right up.
See, right now I'm looking that we had a divergence here at when this thing broke out up here. I'm seeing a divergence.
Okay.
On the 15, here's your high. Here's your higher high. Here's your lower high. Here's the divergence.
Yeah, that's a big fat candle.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with this one to the short side. Sell, stop, market. And then we're going to go 12 pips, protect. I'm going to go with a take profit of 12, stop of 10. See where they lie. Right here, my target's right down here at the 30.62, and my stop is up here above the white 62 on the 1 minute, the 1 minute 62. Here's a strong move down. Now we're getting the retracement coming back up a little bit. If it comes back up to the, if it comes back up back into the wedge, then I will reverse. Then I'll be looking at reversing positions. I'll take it right above this candle there. Go to our 5-minute chart. Still showing. Let's see. Right now, it's showing that we're still showing dollar strength. Dollar's starting to weaken a little bit here. It was still 6 on the 5. We could possibly get a bounce off of this. We have to be low. We're going to be real worried about that. If we get a strong bounce off of that, I'm going to probably get out of this trade. But I might move my stop down. It'll probably get a little bit of a bounce. I'm going to try and keep my stop still above this strong red 5-minute candle.
Yeah, this is fun. Let's see what's up.
This will be a good test. It's starting to flatten out a little bit. Still have, these are starting to widen a little bit. I'll keep my stop above the yellow, this yellow moving average. Here's a little drop. Here's a little base. We have a little drop, a little wick over here. Here's a wick. Oops. There's a wick over wick, and I'll keep my stop above that top of that. If this thing holds, if this thing can't hold on the retest, this would be a retest area. We have a strong head fake out here. We may get another strong head fake down here, but we'll see. Right now we made a higher high and a lower low. So right now it's...
Remember, Al, we used to say that you get the first head fake and then you take the second one. Very rarely are you going to get 2 head fakes in a row, right?
I would agree with that. Most of the time you get one head fake and then it goes and takes it off to the other direction. In a tight ranging market, you may get 2 head fakes for just hit. I've seen it get whipsawed out of both sides, but more often than not, I think you're right.
Yeah, it's not that common though, right?
Yeah, more often than not, I think you're right that you'll get the one and then it goes and takes off to the other side. So I'm still pretty much right at my break even.
Yeah, I'm a couple pips down.
And the U.S. yen just went, it's just about ready to hit my target on the U.S. yen. Coming right up here. Here's my target. It's coming right up on the other side.
That would be a nice morning start.
Yeah, a nice little start right here. Again, this is, we took it on the breakout, but we've looked at this as being a fake out. And I've got let's see, I've got 11 pip profit on that. And it just came right up and couldn't quite take my profit out. US CAD, we're still in this one right now, still looking to go short. And I'm looking for this to bounce off of this 30 minutes 62, which is right here. It's a nice little pivot area right down here. So here's the little zone that I'd be looking at for a target area. Here's the wick. Here's the top of the body of the red candle. And we're going to make this our target zone. And we'll see if we have any fib lines in between here. Here's a green fib line. There's a strong blue, the green. And we have 3 2-minute lines in between here. So I'm going to mark the green one. Five minute green. And then in between the blue and the green one, we should have 3 2-minute lines. And these are the 7 pip ranges that is trading in. Looking for this to be the target area. We'll come down here. Here's the green. Here's the first red. So here's our first. This would be the overshoot of the 5-minute line. And it's also right where our target is. So I'm going to move this target up just a little bit up into the. I'm going to move this target up just a little bit up into here. Right about to there, my target. So I've got my 7, 8 pip target.
So that would be considered your undershoot of your.
It would be the right now. This is pretty much right in the middle. Here's the top third, middle third, and bottom third. Here, a third, and a third. This part would be the overshoot of the 5-minute, and it would be pretty much the undershoot of this 2-minute red. But bottom line is that here's your 7 pip zone right here. You can just tweak this thing right like that. Here's the middle. Here's the top third. Here's the middle third where their target is, and there's the bottom third. But this top would be the overshoot of the 5-minute. Right now, it's in the undershoot. In other words, like it's coming down, and it couldn't quite break through the 5-minute yet. So this is short. So it's at the undershoot. If it breaks this, it goes past the 5-minute. Thinking this is your floor. It could go. The overshoot would be overshoot the floor on the way down. If it's coming up, then it would be the overshoot of this area. Does that make sense? It depends on which direction you're coming.
Right. No. I understand what you're saying. I thought the red past your take profit was a 5-minute red. I didn't realize it was a 2-minute.
Yeah, that's
so I misspoke. I meant so like that would that be considered then an undershoot of your 2-minute?
That would be correct.
Would be the proper way. Okay.
Yeah, undershoot of the 2-minute or an overshoot of the green.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Under over, like a base.
Under and over.
Sports score.
Right, we still have. Now here we have this came down, came back up, retested our little zone right in here. Couldn't break through yet. Now we'd like to start seeing a red candle.
Could form a nice little wedge there, huh?
Yeah, it's got a little wedge. So drop. It's basing with a little wedge on the basing.
And for the record, I've been sticking to the 5-minute pretty solidly for manage my trades as well as entries. I'm willing to sacrifice 2 pips not to lose my head.
Mm-hmm. I do like seeing the 5-minute close, and then I like to assess whether or not the 2 minutes or the as a 1-minute forms the next 5-minute candle. I like to see what the price action of that is. Now let's see where that, just for the record, let's see what it's looking like here. Right now we're getting a little bit of a crossover here, fairly strong. See, this is where we could be possibly looking at that double head fake. But right now it's just coming, it's not a strong move down, basing. Now it's coming up to retest this area right here. And I said if it goes back and closes with another blue candle after that, I'll probably just exit this trade. We're still showing some strength to the dollar, but the Canadian dollar starting to gain a little bit. Nice strong move up here. When this thing came down like this is a strong move up, and it looks like they're starting to switch positions right in here. Now this is on the 1 minute, so keep that in mind. But on the 5 minute, pretty much have pretty much the same story. Canadian dollar was weak. The dollar and Canadian, they came back down, fighting now for, and now the Canadian dollar is starting to take over, but the U.S. dollar is not giving it up yet either. So it's like sellers came in, drove it down. The buyers came in. Oh, nope, that's enough. And that's good. And so now it's maybe forming a whole another wedge right in here.
Yeah, maybe we won't know what's going to happen until about the 9 o'clock hour.
Well, that, or it may just be in the same zone now until it decides, until those announcements. As this afternoon, or what one of those announcements? They were at 8:30. We have
9:45.
8:30 and 9:45. We have some announcements here.
Oh, well,
so
it's already gone.
This could be the 8:30 is gone. So this was the 8:30. This was the announcement for the 8:30 move, and now this is the one getting ready for the 9:45.
Getting with the big pullback.
Yeah.
Some people got. How does our friend say it? Washed by that?
Rinsed.
Yeah, rinsed.
You were close.
Hey.
Well, right now it's in this retest of this base dropping area. So if we get a close in here, if we get a pullback and a retest at the bottom of this wedge, and I'll probably just exit this trade. I don't like this strength here right now. It came down. Right now we got the strength of the upside. But we still have the HMA's whole moving average is still showing red on the 5 minutes. So that's still showing that this is still a pullback. You set the trade, you place your trade, you put your risk levels in, you put your target levels in, and just let it do what it's going to do. You try and be try and stay out of harm's way. Try and find out where it's going to areas where you're going to maybe find a little bit of a bounce. I said I like this strong move down with a strong move down, stop, pause a little bit. That's where your wick over wick area is. The bottom wick is right here for this one move down, came back up. Retraced a little bit and then came back to a lower low. And now we do have a little bit of a pivot area down here where we had almost like a double bottom where red candle down, blue candle came down. Both of these couldn't make a lower low. And now it's retesting this zone right up in here. I'm just about to take profit on that US yen trade. It's right up here, and we're just about ready to close that one out. Another tick or so to the upside, I should take that one.
UJ worked out in your favor pretty nicely then.
There it goes. That one just closed out profitable. Now we're looking at the US CAD. We'll see if I give it all back with this one.
Yeah, I'm still long in it.
You long on this one?
Yeah. I've been for a couple minutes now.
I thought you took a short with me.
No, I didn't. I went against. I took a different.
Took a little different approach on it.
A little bit different of an approach, yes. If I can speak properly.
Let me see what we got over here. Yeah, I'm still
having a
showing
little
strength.
bit of computer problems this morning.
Yeah,
It was.
I'm still showing strength to the downside on this.
You are, eh?
Mhm.
Al, what does your 1 minute look like, please?
1 minute. My 1 minute looks like it's got the consolidation going on right now. Everything, all the moving averages are all consolidating. We've got the green sandwiched in between the white and the yellow. And we'll see if it, right now we have well, it's just consolidating right now. We'll have to wait and see how this thing breaks out. If it does break out, then I'll be stopped out on this one. We did get the, excuse me, we did get the green to cross over the yellow, but it's still hanging out underneath the 1 minute 62. And we're showing dollar strength right now on the 1 minute. This may have been the pullback to retest the wedge zone.
Yeah, the RCS is 5 for the US and
Yeah,
0 for.
We just had the other indicators just flipped again. But it's still showing that I think it's going to respect the top of this, though.
I'll put it out there. My target is 1.2764.
Right, which is right at the top of this breakout of the original breakout of the wedge, which was, this is the range for the day. And this was the top of this is where the top of the wedge was. This was the head fake up here.
Mm-hmm.
This is we had new overnight high up here from here to here. This was a new overnight high. Looks like I got stopped out on that one. It looks like it broke through the retest area. I probably should just have my stop on the other side of this wedge line. Right now I'm looking at this thing as a possible head and shoulders area where we have here's one shoulder over here. And see if it's forming another shoulder over this side, a little bit of a downward slope.
It's a big head.
It's a big head. I just had my stop a little bit too close. Let's see, let's go back to our 5-minute chart. And we have a little bit of a trend line right here following this. Again, this is where I say I even mentioned earlier where I'm a little concerned about having to bounce off of the 5-minute 62, which we did. Let me just take this wedge off here so it makes things a little bit clearer. take this off. We don't need that right now. These are our two overshoot. These are our overshoot and undershoot zones, the red and the green for the breakouts. And we had Arrow Gold alert earlier this morning, about 8 o'clock, and that one's already closed out, profitable.
Well, yeah, I saw that. I didn't take it though.
Yeah, I took that one.
Nice.
There was an overnight S&P.
And I'm going to stay out of this U.S. CAD trade until I get a little bit more clarity on direction on it. And any more alerts? No more alerts right now. And let's see, it's 10 minutes to 9, so we're getting close to the 9 o'clock hour. Let's see how we're looking on our 15-minute chart. Right now we have a red. Let's see what this candle opened up at 8:45. What time is it now? This is a 4-minute old candle. This one's about ready to close. We have a green or red candle on the 15-minute, which is an active green candle or red candle. So this is red. This one's red. This one's red. All three of those are red. So it's still showing pressure to the downside. This thing just barely took me out. I just had my stop a little too close. I didn't give enough room for the spread.
So you're still sticking to your guns going short, eh?
I'm still thinking it's going to give me another opportunity to take it short. I hesitate taking too many short. I have to see it bounce. If it bounces off, if we can get it closed below this 5-minute green, we only have 7 pips down to the target zone, though. That's the only thing I don't like about this. Here's our 5-minute green. Here's our 2-minute red. 2-minute red. Here's our next 5-minute. This would be the 5-minute blue, I believe.
I'm using a bigger stop loss. I'm using 2732.
732. That's you use the stop down here where my target would be. Your stop is where my target would be.
Exactly. Right by the 32. 62.
So you're giving it more than 5 pips then.
I am.
You're giving almost a 21 pip if you got in up here.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get in way up there. I got in I had a pretty good fill. But I'm stretching the stop loss a little bit and adjusting my position size accordingly.
I like this close here. Let's see. This is still basic. If we can get a decent close below this area, we can be looking at the 15 and the 3062 is all right here combined. I'll take another whack at this one again here. I'll wait till this thing. I want to see a blue candle come up, retest the red line. I can put a sell stop in right here at 2746. Sell stop. I'm just going to take a small. I'll increase my position a little bit on this one. 46. Get below. Make it for a 45. Right. Let's see. We're not quite there yet. If I get a close below 45, I'll go take it short. There's a blue candle that closed blue. So right now, 27.46. I'm going to go 27.49. 7 pip target. 10 pip stop. See where check our RCS and see where that is. So right now we're going to be looking at Canadian strength to the short side. Here's Canadian weakness here on the higher time frame. Canadian weakness, Canadian right here. They're both right in the middle with Canadian strength up here at the 5 minute. So we'll see. They're still kind of battling it out here. It's still a fight for last place or fight for first place. Right now we're showing a 6. We're showing a 4-point spread on the 1, 2-point spread on the 5, and 1-point spread on the 15, all in favor of the Canadian dollar. We have our RSIs. Right now they're still kind of in the middle. We can see it's 51 and 41. I'd like to see it get below the 40, get a close below the 40. We don't quite have that yet. We did get a close on the 15 minute below the 40 on the 3 minute. And right here, that was right below the 50. So this is still kind of in the middle of the range. So it's still kind of fighting it out. If I get a 15-minute close where both of these are pointing down, which we did over here about 15 minutes ago at the 8:15 bar. Both of the 8 and the 3 period on the 15 were pointing down, closed down. This is the pullback. And this may be our W pattern where it comes back in. It's kind of whipsawing us around a little bit here. If you look on the 1 minute chart, you see a strong move down, retrace, another strong move down. Here's the, it's almost like your harmonic. I'm gonna get out of this trade. Looking at this, I'm seeing a nice little harmonic here. Strong move down, made a low, made a pullback, 50% pullback, 54% pullback. There's our B. Here's our C, which made a higher low. Here's our C area. Now we're looking at another retrace up to, probably around this area, which I'm going to use the blue line for a target. And here's
so
our W.
That's the wedge within a wedge, right?
And well, here's our W. A W at the end of a move and coming back up to, this would be an area, again, this would be the area to go short again if this is a true harmonic. But we have, if it breaks through the X.
Look for a moving average cross out.
With this type of a, right now we did get the close above this trend line here. We have another trend line here. So this is basically your wedge within a wedge, as you were just saying.
Yeah.
Here's AD. So here's our triangle right in here. We did get the close above this trend line. It's coming back now to retest it, which is basically the same area as we're talking. We have 3 points right here. We have a downward trend. We have this other trend line, which we use for our 2-point spread. And we get a bounce off of here. It's probably going to go long. But couldn't break through this B area. In some ways, we have another This is we got all triangles all over the place here right now. We'll flatten this one out. So right now it's trading inside this region right here. And eventually it's going to come out to one of these and then retest. And sometimes you just have to wait for these trades to develop and just be patient. Let them run their course. Give them the wiggle room that they need. For this right now, it made here's the overnight move from here to here. If you look at the overnight, I'll just draw from here. Here's your overnight high and low. And basically what it did is it made a higher high and a lower low from the overnight session. And this is the overnight range where it's pretty much in right now. And it's pretty much, I'm thinking it's pretty much waiting to see what those announcements are going to be. Oh my goodness. Bitcoin just made a new high.
All right. Significantly?
20,300 right now.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's a 500, that's a 600 point move in about the last, within the last hour. Yep.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Oh, someone's pumping it for the end of the year.
Yep. The great reset is about to happen. It's the beginning of the great
Bite your
reset.
tongue. Bite your tongue.
The great what?
reset.
Sorry?
But, you know, they call it I was listening to some news last night, and, you know, we always talk about the Great Recession of of our parents, well, my parents' era anyway. They'll go the Great Recession. Well, I think what they're doing is basically rather than calling it another Great Depression, depression, now they're calling it the Great Reset.
Oh.
Make a global economy.
You're going to hear that a lot here the next few
Months,
probably
weeks.
months, weeks, years. You're going to be hearing about the Great Reset.
Like Trudeau had mentioned it in this speech, like using the
Way
actual
too
term
many
Trudeau.
times.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
And then you have a lot of European leaders also. Even
Build
the
back
Pope
better,
got in on it.
and you be listen for another series of words. Build back better. Build back better.
Yeah, the
Build
Pope even
back
used
better.
that in his press release.
Yeah,
Build back better.
That's going to be an international. This could be used in reference to international economic reset.
And what exactly is the economic reset going to be? It's going to be like the depression.
Erasing of debt and
debt and rebuilding of the economies.
It's going to be a realignment of all the financial systems in the world.
Yeah,
so what does
pretty
that
much.
mean to you and I?
It means basically there's going to be
learn how to trade. Learn how to trade. That's what it means.
Sorry?
Learn how to trade. It means that you want to learn how to trade.
Oh, all right. So does that mean all our investments are going to tank? Is that like that?
It's going to be all kinds of things. My crystal ball's a little foggy in that. All I know is it's not going to be something I'm going to. All I know is it's going to be a.
It's going to be a gong show, to say the least.
Things are going to be different than what we've ever known to be.
I've heard that. Anyway, I don't want to speculate.
Yeah, we don't want to get too far in that. Right? That's a whole different topic that we could go
yeah,
off.
Not a wise decision in this case.
Never know. The attendees might be interested.
Well, it's only I can only voice my opinion, and I have to be careful what I say about that.
And when are they expecting this?
Oh, it's happening. It's
going
happening.
on now.
It's been happening. It's not going to be something that's going to happen like today and tomorrow. It's going to be happening. It's going to be. It's been going on for several years. It's just they're starting to basically they don't keep it a secret anymore. Let's just say that.
Yeah, they're really pushing it now.
Segue into it, not the same as what the Depression was, where people were jumping out of buildings.
Well, bomb it is the Depression was going on for a long time before it was actually called the Depression. It wasn't Depression until it got to the point where it became so obvious that something was going on. They started reporting and talking about it. But no, there's an old saying goes, the difference between a recession and a depression is a recession is when your neighbor's out of work, and depression is when you're out of work.
That's the first time I've heard that.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
Leslie says, as an attendee, I am all ears. I kind of feel like we're all on the same page.
Well,
Sure.
that's I'd like to. I think a lot of traders we do this because we have certain philosophies of a lot of different philosophies for a variety of different reasons. But I think most of us are pretty much on the same page from it comes an economic and political views of where things are going, why we trade, how we try to protect and grow our wealth. I have gold, I have crypto, and I have seeds.
Seeds? Like plant seeds?
Exactly.
Okay, just checking. Are you going to need food? A lot of people, right?
Well, it's the problem is I got to get a whole lot better at my gardening techniques.
Or else you're gonna starve.
The only thing my garden feeds is the rabbits and the deer. Is about.
Leslie says I have all the seeds.
I plant food for the rabbits and the deer.
Well, my squirrels eat all mine.
Oh, it's Matt that has the squirrels. I knew somebody was talking about, I gotta get the squirrels. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I got the squirrels.
As long as your seeds are legal, Al, it's all good.
Well, it
depends what state you're talking about.
Exactly.
It's all legal.
That's why I'm saying to him, whatever his state says.
I believe I like the heirloom seeds where I can save my seeds and grow them for the next year.
Why do I get the feeling we're not talking about tomatoes anymore?
Maybe not.
I really like my tomato seeds.
Okay, as long as you do. I'm not judging.
Let's see. Back to the course at hand. Right now, this thing's not going anywhere. It's just all it's doing is.
We're not going to get nothing till 9:30, Al.
Yep, I think you're probably right. Then what's that report coming out? You have a report at 9:45, but 9:30 is the market open. So yeah, I'm just going to stay out of everything right now. And we don't have.
I'm kind of happy where I'm at. So
no, we did have. Now I got here's something that might be interesting. Let's let me take a look at something here.
What did we get a bag alert or something?
Yeah, I got a bag alert on the West Texas crude. Which kind of plays with our oil trade, U.S. CAD trade, which is an oil trade, basically. When oil goes up, the CAD gets stronger, correct?
Yes.
And so right now, this thing is going short on the oil, but it's coming right into a bounce zone. So I'm not going to take that trade because it's in a very strong area of support, which makes me think that this thing could come down and rocket back up again. So that's a bag trade I'm not going to take because I don't like the position of it, although it does have some strong move to the downside. And if that has a strong move to the downside, that means this thing might bounce to the upside, which would help support Matt's position on this one.
We'll see what happens.
Let's see, anything else I'm looking at here that might be of interest? If anybody is interested in blockchain technology, there's a stock called Hive, HIV, HVBTF is the ticker symbol, and that's been doing quite well here the last couple of days.
And what is that? I didn't hear the beginning.
It's
sorry.
Hive, the symbol is HVBTF, and it's a company that produces technology, hardware equipment for the blockchain, which is a crypto-based vehicle for trading the cryptocurrencies and it's the computer systems that where the cryptos are traded through in order to get to, basically it's like the maze that it goes through. You put it on one end of the maze, it goes through the blockchain to come out it spits it out the other end. That's the blockchain.
So is yours is yours different than mine?
$1.41, almost 42 cents.
So it's the same, but my ticker's different than yours. Mine's just Hive, HIVE.
Yeah, for some reason, whatever I was trying to trade it on, the Wanda wouldn't accept the HIVE ticker. Okay. So I had to find out something that it was happy with.
I wonder if that's, maybe because it's Canadian.
Is it a Canadian company?
It's the HIVE is on the Toronto Stock Exchange.
Okay. It wasn't tradable through the company. I was trying to trade it through TradeStation is what I was trying to trade it through, and they didn't accept that symbol, but they accepted the HVBTF or HIVE, which is the other. That's a 4-letter designator for.
Yeah, that's the one I have. But we have the same pricing on ours, except mine's in Canadian dollars.
Yeah, basically it's Hive Blockchain Technologies Ltd. Is what the company is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's actually doing quite well. So I'm waiting to see what happens at market open.
Last night I drew a target for Bitcoin. I drew a target for 25,000 on that for the next move up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
A rally-based rally with the, we draw that rally-based rally with the FIP tool.
Mm-hmm.
The from the last move up to where it is now with the little basing, another move back up for the same level, it takes it up to about 25,000. It just broke 20,000 today.
Maybe I need to buy some more.
It's going to go up super, super fast because it broke that 20K.
Yep.
It's going to go really fast, and then you're going to get rinsed.
Yep.
Well, only if you don't get out of it.
Well, you'll get if you don't get out of it, you're going to get rinsed because it'll drive it up real hard, and then it'll pull back. And
then the people with the money are going to go buy some more at the lower and force it up.
On the pullback, Yep. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Well, then that's what we're going to do, too.
That's what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. We're going to try anyway.
I'm not touching Bitcoin. I'll touch other altcoins.
Actually, you know what? The Ripple tanked. I bought Ripple and it tanked. So I flipped over to Bitcoin because it was going up.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So you know what? It's crypto. There's no one set rule.
Yeah. If anybody uses Coinbase, they had a little thing for called Filecoin. And if you took the little quiz, they gave you, there was like 3 different sessions, and they gave you a question, and you answered the question right, they gave you $1 for your Filecoin account. So I've got $6 of Filecoin.
And what is that? I got that message too, but I have no idea what that is.
Well, take the quiz, you'll find out, and then you'll make $6, put $6 into a Filecoin.
But what is Filecoin?
It's basically like we talk about the cloud.
Yeah.
The cloud software. Well, basically, what it is, it's a cloud that's basically done through the blockchain. So you can't. What the cloud is right now. Hackers could go up in the cloud and hack your account and change your. Like if you have a file in there, they can go in there and hack your file, or they could edit your file. Well, with the Filecoin, it would be like a cloud storage type of thing, but it's going through the blockchain.
For blockchain, so you can't manipulate it.
Exactly. It's got the blockchain. It's got the blockchain protection in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, the whole idea around blockchain is in order to modify one thing, you actually have to go back and modify all the previous units.
Say that again? We have to be able to find. There's so many different computer systems that it goes through that it can't really track where it came and where it left. All I know is that it enters in one end of the chain and it comes out the other end, but the path that it takes is pretty much they basically cover the trail behind it, in essence.
Yeah, but it's critical in order to modify one node, you need to go back and modify all the previous entries. So that's why you can't really that's why people can't go back and you can't modify the first person who had Bitcoin, that path and that key is like locked to them. So the history is locked in there and you can't modify one piece without modifying every piece of history. Yeah. So it's like a chain of events that is locked in there in concrete, and you can't go back and say, oh, that was an accident. I did the wrong thing. There's no going back. The history is irrefutable. Like there's even tech companies, they're talking about incorporating it into medical files so that you can protect the integrity of medical files.
Yeah, legal documents, deeds,
all of it,
property deeds. I mean, everything. I said a couple years ago. I said, now Bitcoin is not going to go away. I mean, it may be changed with a different coin possibly, but the thing to really pay attention to is the blockchain, because that's where all the technology is going to go. That's where all the big companies are using their inventory management is done through the blockchain. Their accounting is done through the blockchain, and big banks and everywhere. A lot of them are. Some of them have been using it for 5 years or 10 years or so, but it's going to be more and more. That's where now with this 5G coming out, that's going to be the technology that's going to allow the speed and the cryptology of all this to be. It's just going to start. It's a blockchain. That's really where it's going to be the driving force of it all, and not just for money transfer. It's going to be for file transfers and deeds and real estate contracts and legal contracts. I mean, you name it, it's going to go through the blockchain. File transfer.
And like Al says, instead of going in to be a miner, you're better off selling them the picks, the axes, and buys blue jeans.
And by investing in blockchain technology, you're going to be investing into the picks. You're going to be selling the picks and shovels to the miners, and let the miners try and mine the gold. As we digress in our trading here.
We're still watching, though.
We're still watching the U.S. Canadian just sitting there going sideways. It's right now. It's in a channel. It's in a slightly
it's pretty painful.
It's in an upward, but once it breaks, it's only going to break down to, probably our 5-minute green, which is what we were looking at, I think, before.
Someone said there was an alert on gold sell.
Oh yeah,
that was me.
Oh. No,
gold sell just now?
Again. No, yeah,
I didn't. Oh, that was at 6:15 this morning. There was one.
On Airis or on Arrow?
Airis had one. Airis had one at 6:15 this morning.
Right.
A gold ascending wedge.
Yes.
Oh, it did too. Okay. Oh, you're talking about Arrow then.
Arrow 1854.
Yeah, I took that one and I got out of it already.
1854 was the entry?
It was 1859.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Sell at 1859, and I got out. I sold at 1859. Where did I sell that one at? I got that one at. Let's see where I did that one. I sold that one at 1858, and I got out at 1853.
Wow, that's a good haul. That's probably 50 pips.
Took about 20 minutes.
And that's not bad.
Someone's in the money today.
Good for you.
Yeah, well, we'll stop out there when that one short, but I just didn't give enough room. But I'm not doing it anymore.
Nope, I don't blame you.
So, well, let's see. It's 9:18. We got 10 minutes before the market opens. We're done at 9:30 today because Susan's coming in at 10 o'clock. And so this is an open forum. Anybody have anybody that's listening or any our attendees? Please, if you want to add something or type it in the question and answer box or raise your hand, we'll turn your mics on. You're welcome to we're welcome to let you do that today.
Ask us anything.
We're going to be a little bit more casual these next couple of weeks. We may even not even be here a couple of days next week or so just because of the holidays. I'll try, as long as I'm around and able to do so, we'll keep this thing open. But we're going to be pretty casual these next couple weeks because the market's just, a lot of people just stop.
It's not great trading time.
No.
It's not the epitome of Forex trading, especially for the last 2 weeks. I know people that are not trading. They stop trading in like mid-November, and they wait until the beginning of the year after the holiday season.
Well, that's just crazy talk.
Well,
that's like almost 2 months of not trading. Surely they could find 1 or 2 trades a week that are good.
Well, I think with the type of trading that we do, where we're taking such small entries and such small positions, we can still get quite a bit of. You can still make some dips out of these things over the next couple of weeks. Just that the big institutions aren't driving the markets as much as what they would be on the normal situation. You're really trading more and more with the people that have a little bit of time off and want to sit down and try and make some money trading. We're really trading against more people like us than
against ourselves.
We're trading against ourselves. I'm trading against Matt, and Matt's trading against me. And isn't that right, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Case in point today, one took one end, one took the other.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, we have a Arrow US yen buy. Let's see what that one looks like.
US yen. You're running it on US yen?
The Arrow? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of his. That's one of his.
It's not.
I have it as one of them.
Huh. Okay. I'll have to go and check again and see if I got my settings right.
It's we're coming up into a weak supply area. US yen. Let's take a look at that. That's basically the one I took earlier this morning. It still has it going long. I got I got out right here, and here it is. It's taken off. Let's take a look at this one. See where it's at in the scheme of things.
Yeah, I didn't get the alert because I'm not running it on UJ. So.
No, you won't get the alert then. You'll get the alert on anything.
Nope.
You'll get the alert on anything you run it on.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah. So right here's our UJ. It's coming out of a demand area.
Mm-hmm. Look at that bounce. That's nice.
Let's see. We've got good.
You're on 4 hour, right?
I'm going to.
Yes.
I'm on a 4 hour right here, but I'm looking at seeing right now. This thing is trending. This is up. Would I want to take this thing long? I'm not so sure I do. I wouldn't take it long right now. Right now it's coming right up into a 30-minute and 1 hour 62 at 103.62. 103.62. 103.62 is right. It's right here at the 15-minute. This thing said to take it long. There's a weak zone, which I would agree that's probably going to be weak with a higher target up around 103.71, which will put us right into this. So basically, right, what it's doing is the target in this thing is right here at the this is a question.
Undershoot of the 5 or the overshoot of the 15.
There you go. The overshoot of the 15. There you go. That's exactly right, Christine. So right now it's looking
fancy lingo.
Right into the overshoot area. I'm going to pass on that trade.
Not enough. What do you need? 20 pips?
Not enough room to the upside. I mean, looking at 20 pips. Right now it's at 61. We'd have to go up to 81. It would have to be a pretty strong overshoot to get up into that area. It's got to get through this little area right here where it's in this area right now. If it can get break through that, we'd be looking at 108.71, which is going to be the middle of this zone. Now the question would be, would there be enough room to take this trade? It's got to get through this. It's got to come all the way up to there to get your profit if you're looking for 20 pips, or you're going to be looking for a 40 pip stop, which is going to be all the way down here at basically the overshoot of the 15. So here would be your stop, but your target's going to be up here. It's an iffy trade. It would be one that could maybe take a shot at it. I'd rather see come up here and do the pullback, have a pullback come into this candle right now. Let this candle close, have it pull back, and take another run for it. If it breaks, then we can go for the 20 pips, because these zones right here are probably going to be. I think we say these are 8, 7. What did we say? These are on yen.
7.
Those are 12 pip zones. So we got 24. So if it comes up here, tags it, pulls back, and takes another run at it, then we can maybe go for the 20 pips, as long as we try and get that pullback first before I take it.
I think we're going to get kicked out of the room pretty soon, my friend.
It is just about that time. It's just about that time.
Yeah, I would say so.
We got 6 more minutes. We'll go till 9:30. We'll see if we can see what kind of a candle we get, what kind of a opening we get on the U.S. when the U.S. market opens. And then we'll call it a day and wait until tomorrow. Actually, that alert on this U.S. yen was pretty much at the open of the 9 o'clock candle. So the arrow was right. The arrow was on this candle, which means we've been entering there. And then that would not have been a bad trade, actually. Although you only had 12 pips you get to the zone. You have to get up to the overshoot. You have to clear the overshoot area in order to get your 20 pips out of that, which actually would have been an okay trade. I never really saw it until it was right about up in here. It does have some strength on the 4-hour chart. It's got some real good strength coming up. Let's go with the 15-minute chart, which is where these things develop. This was the 9 o'clock opening of the 9 o'clock candle. Let's see what its candle was. Yeah, it would have opened. It would have called for the trade to be taken right at the opening of this candle right here. And then it would go for 20 pips. So from, let's say 103.50 to 103.70, which would be right into this overshoot zone. Yeah, that would have been a good trade. Strong move up on the U.S. yen today. Here would be the target. Like I said, the plan is for the beginning and next year, the plan is to be using these arrow alerts and trading them in this room as well. Not just the Airis alerts, but the arrow alerts as well. We'll be using the tools and the information that we learned in this room to apply it to the arrow alerts to distinguish whether or not they're going to be good trades or not. That's the plan. So tell your friends to come and join us. And 2 more minutes to wait and see how the market's open. And we will close the session down. And anybody's interested to see what Susan Batchelder is doing with these Airis wedges, you can catch her at the on the Auvoria Prime on basically pretty much this their Zoom room. This is our Zoom room that we're in right now.
Different link though.
Different link. One more minute. Any last minute questions, comments?
Literally last minute.
Yeah, we're on the last minute before we're going to shut this room down. And
Doesn't appear to be any questions.
we thank everybody for being here. And on that note, the market is now open.
US really good strength.
I think it pretty much made us move before the market opened in preparation.
There you go.
This U.S. Let's see, this thing again, it hasn't hit the target on this one, but it's getting close. It'll probably make the target, or at least be close enough to be able to take your profit on that. Let's go back to U.S. CAD before we go. Just take another quick peek at that one. Here's the range it's been trading in pretty much for the last how many hours? Since 8:15, so last hour and 15 minutes. It hasn't really traded beyond this 12 pip range. And it's been, if you're trying to get you see where everything sort of comes back in the middle, goes back in the middle. So if you were trying to trade that, all you'd be doing is just paying broker fees pretty much. You wouldn't be paying yourself much on that. So anyway, again, thanks for coming in, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good day.
Have a great
Yeah,
day,
tomorrow.
everybody. God bless. Bye.
Take care. Bye.